Hello again, it's another video from me, and big news, I've actually had my gastric sleeve done. It was done on the 9th of October 2013 at Gloucester Royal Hospital by Mr. Hewin. What a fantastic surgeon, what a fantastic hospital, that's all I can say. I really never even thought I'd had an operation done, and I've never had an operation done in my life. I've never had a stitch, I've never had a broken bone, so I was a little bit nervous of going in, and I went in on the Wednesday. Luckily my operation was first up, so I was in at 9 o'clock. I'd previously done a month beforehand of 800 calories a day on the liver shrinkage diet, which I thought was going to be liquid only, so 800 calories of reasonable food was a bonus. And again, I'd lost, it was nearly 2 stone doing the 800 calorie a day. And like I said, I went in at 9 o'clock and had my operation. I can remember coming round in the recovery room, I think it was 12:05. I looked at the clock, and again the first thought is, yay, you've woke up. But again, you didn't really feel, because obviously you were anaesthetised still, whether you'd had a lot done. And I was unfortunately in the recovery room for quite a while because they were trying to find a bed. And the only sort of slight setback I had was because I didn't have a drink for quite a long time. So that evening I did feel a little bit lightheaded and a little bit nauseous. But they put me on a drip and that soon put me right. Again, by this stage I was, you're very careful, but you do sip water and you can feel it going down, you can feel the swelling. But again, not painful. Day 2, day 3, they were more interested in if I'd gone for a wee. I did manage to squeeze a little bit out, which was acceptable. Because all that sort of area just feel a little bit, not painful, but it just feels a little bit, you don't want to strain too much. Like I said, day 2, day 3 I think it was, I'd started to move on to a nice warm cup of coffee. Again, you're not going to drink all of it, but little bits throughout the day all mount up. So I would say don't try and over drink, just drink what you're comfortable with. And in the second week it's a lot easier. You're drinking pretty much, well, I was back to normal basically, you know, drinking decaf coffee. I have, because I'm on a liquid diet for a month here in the UK, I have 2 Slim Fast protein shakes throughout the day. Again, you sip them over half an hour to an hour. And in the evening I have a tin of soup. Perhaps it's not as thin as it should be, but it seems to go down easily enough. And I think this is what it is listening to your dietitian and just doing what you feel comfortable with. Like I said, because I'd never had an operation, pain out of 10, 10 being very severe pain, I would say I was never any more than a 3 out of 10. It just amazed me that you've had 3/4 of your stomach removed and you don't feel it. You know, you can feel, like I said, when you drink, especially cold drinks, you can feel the liquid going down. That's in the first week. And again, you've got to remember not to, you just sip, because if you take a big gulp and another big gulp, it does catch up with you. And in the 2 weeks post-op, I've lost another 16 pounds. So it's all bonus. My stomach is healing. It just looks, I was quite badly bruised where they pulled the stomach out of, but it looked a lot worse than it was. And the incisions, the 6 incisions, I would say the longest was 2 centimetres. So they're all healing nicely. And I've got another just under 2 weeks of liquid before moving on to the pureed stage. But again, I'm in no rush because this is working fine. I'm not hungry. You don't feel hungry. The worst thing is when, because as a member, there's a family, when somebody's cooking something like garlic bread or something like that, you know, you can smell it and that just drives you wild. But you're not hungry. So if you're going to go for this operation, really go for it, because it will change your life. And like I said, you get those stages throughout the day where you just want to punch the air and sort of, you think, you know, I've had it done. You know, there's no going back to what I was. And I think at my heaviest, when I did my first video on here, I'd already lost a lot of weight up till then, and then a relationship breakdown. So I would say at my heaviest I was most probably 38 to 40 stone. I was still active. Then I'd lost a lot of weight because I had to go through the NHS, because I haven't got, you know, the £10,000 to get the operation done. I had to go through the NHS, and they do look after you, and they do what they say. You can understand what they say about you've got to lose weight before you can have the operation, because it is just a tool. You've still got to watch what you eat. I mean, I could be melting chocolate and drinking it now, but what's the point? You know, what's the point of putting your body through that just to cheat yourself? Because that's all you're doing at the end of the day, is cheating yourself. One little thing I would say, the worst part about the operation is for a week after, you've got to inject yourself with Fragmin, which is an anti-blood clotting agent, in your leg. Now that stings. But again, you think, for a week I can put up with it. If I could, anybody could, just put it that way. And I lost track a bit then, but yeah, so the weight is coming off. At Christmas 2012, I'd lost my inspiration because my operation date wasn't here, and I think I was around about the 31.5, 32 stone mark. So up to the operation, I'd lost 5 stone, and now I think I'm around the 24 stone mark. So again, that's what, 8 stone since Christmas. But it doesn't feel like you've dieted because you've done it properly. You don't feel like I've restricted myself. So I'll keep you updated, but just saying, if you're going to go for the operation, my personal experience, it was not daunting at all. It was just as plain could be. So go for it. If you need to know anything, just message me. If I can help in any way, I will do. And good luck to everybody out there. Just go and get your life back, because that's what, you know, I'm trying to do. And I'd wish I'd done it 10, 15 years ago. But look after yourselves, and like I said, go for it and get your dreams. And I'll keep you posted.